I can take the dick off the table based upon my standard. You aren't gonna get hold of this dick if you ain't being the woman I need you to be. You need to realize that you need to cook, clean. You gotta understand that you're not the only woman. And if you can accept that, that's fine. That's just the beginning, because you gotta work hard for me, because I work hard for me. So that means if you get with me, it's not gonna be easy street, because I need to be satisfied, because it ain't no happy wife, happy life bullshit. It's happy Steve, happy Steve.
Being strong with self, understanding who you are, that is the biggest defense to bitch ass weak men.
And there's no excuses for the men not to be strong. But see, there's so many forces, and then so many men are embracing weakness.
I can't stand weak men. Like I don't like to talk to them. It's hard for me to talk to these losers. I've always been a winner at the winner's table.
You know, I believe it's a sin to impregnate a woman who can't raise a child, you know, or impregnate a woman who's not fit to be a mother. And I think we have a responsibility in what we see today in these weak ass little feminine boys.
I can't tell another man what to do, but I can't dress feminine. I can't wear nail polish. It's just something that I can't do. Why? Because if I'm walking down the street and somebody's having trouble with a flat tire, I want them to feel that they can come to me and ask me, hey man, could you help me out with this? Because those are the type of things that a man will help out with. So I need to look like a man so they can know where to come for help.
Yeah, it is such a thing as toxic masculinity in the minds of bitch ass motherfuckers.
Talk about masculinity, assertiveness, authenticity, transparency. How can a guy who's straight up and honest with what he does be toxic?
If the media can train you to think something bad about it, you hear the word and you want to instantly have a certain reaction. You stop thinking, you start feeling. And when people learn to think and feel and not think through their feelings, that's when they can evaluate a person holistically. And they can say, is this toxic masculinity, or did I just hear something I didn't like? And why did I not like it? And they only let me go within myself to see why.
I don't never look at no motherfucker and say, oh, that's a toxic masculine motherfucker. I never ever had, I didn't even know. That was an invented concept from a weak motherfucker that was like, I'm just tired of this motherfucker trying to tell me what to do and bully you over me with this bullshit.
What's going to make you successful is just understanding who you are and getting your mind right and being happy with who you are. That is the thing that's going to really make you successful. Because after you get all the toys, after you get all these things going on, you've had sex with all the women you want to have sex with, you traveled all the places, you're still going to be you, and you're going to always come back to you.
Why do I do this? Why are we even doing this documentary? I want guys to be in the best position possible. There's no way that I'm raising my voice or calling you a bitch ass nigga because I'm trying to hurt your feelings. I'm calling you a bitch ass nigga because you're doing bitch ass nigga shit. And if you continue doing bitch ass nigga shit, you're going to end up in bitch ass nigga situations. You get what I'm saying? So when I call you a bitch ass nigga, trust me, it's because I love you.
Game Kings 2, the definition of man, is out right now. Click the link below or go straight to masculineidentity.com to get your copy today. Still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the woman you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to tell you about my documentary, Game Kings, the definition of game, starring myself, the Boss Mac Topsoil, Rosebud, Ron Wills, Miles Cunningham, and much more. In this documentary, you're going to learn about confidence, manhood, attracting women, and the definition of the game. To get this documentary, go to MrLocario.com.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com. Masculine Identity Soap. This luxurious, quality, high lather, high moisturizing, all natural bar soap has been handcrafted with care and consistency to provide a quality cleansing experience for self-care, focus, and productivity. Specially formulated for cold showers. Stay clean, gentlemen. Masculine Identity Soap.
Click the links below to get private one-on-one coaching sessions with Mr. Locario or Miles Cunningham to step up your game. These coaching sessions are designed to help you with your specific needs in the dating game. So make sure you click the links below right now so that you can step up your game today.
We here. Let's go. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building. It's not going to be a long show today, but we got a lot to cover because this topic is very, very important. We're going to be talking about a woman does not need to get to know you to want sex. And a lot of guys believe that, you got to get a girl comfortable to get to know you. I got to talk about your whole fucking life and feelings and things and build rapport and all this other stupid shit. But we're going to get into that and we're going to go down that path so that you guys really actually understand this game. But shout out to my lady April MC in the building. Shout out to my lady April MC in the motherfucking building. Shout out to June Sports. Shout out to I Have No Limits, Bruce. Money Mitch, Studio Horror Music. Of course, we got to be here. Dukalex, JD, Monogamous Player, AT is in the chat. Who else we got up here? Soulmonger, Angel, Guerrero, Corey 2S is in the building. What's going on? Phoenix Smiles, Joey Montana. What's good? Kataru, what's popping with you? My dude Cambo 4284 is here. Cleve is here. What's going on? Chill Luciano is in the building. Joe Blast is in the motherfucking Joe Blast is in the motherfucking building. Armani Nelson is here. Yancey's here. Jay Hundo. We got everybody up in here. Blastomatic. Jillian is up in here. Unique 79 in the motherfucking Okay, all right. Shout out to Luis. What's good? Jimmy, what's going on? Supersonic, what's popping? So guys, make sure that you guys, if you want to get your questions answered, put a Q in the chat. And if you want to call in, let me put up the call-in number scrolling at the bottom. So the call-in number is 646-481-3901, 646-481-3901. If you guys have a question, put a Q in the chat. If you want to call in, donate $5 or more or $10 or more if you want to, tell a story. Now, let's just jump right into this. So what actually gave me the idea of this topic, right, was because I was on a Game Global video. It was a clip of me and Mike. And so this dude wrote this long ass comment. And I thought the comment was interesting because a lot of guys think this way. And I'm going to show you guys the comment. I'm going to put the comment on the screen and then I'm going to read it. And then we're going to go into what's being said here. And this goes with the whole topic of, guys thinking that women need to get to know you. And I'm going to break all of this shit down. Right. So this is the comment right here. Let me take this thing off real quick. So we can look at the entire comment. So basically in the video, this is a comment to a video where Ice White titled it, does Miss Locario's game work in other countries or other cities and shit like that, right? Now, first of all, let me say this, is that
a lot of guys think this is why dudes is on some pass per bro shit. This is why dudes have weak ass game, because they think it's the area you're in. They think it's, you know, the city that you're at or whatever it is like that. And what you guys have to understand is that the game is about you. So no matter where you are, there you are. So it's not about where you're at. It's about who you are. It's about the man in the situation, not the situation surrounding the man, right? So, but let's go back to this comment real quick so we can talk about this. So he says, nah, he can't unless the woman is excited to see an American man. He won't have access. He won't have the success because he relies heavily on them being attracted to his physical look. All right, so now let's stop that real quick. Now, this is the thing. I know I'm gorgeous. I know, I know that I'm sexy. I understand, but it's not it. You understand what I'm saying? That's not it. Right? But let's continue. It says, Locario has learned that women should think he is awesome and sexy because he thinks he's sexy and awesome. And any woman that doesn't recognize that in 3 seconds, he would rather not communicate to them and go scan the room to see if there is other women that see his awesomeness. Thank you. Listen. He's so on point with that. That's very, very observant. He's so on point with that. That is absolutely fucking correct. I'm not denying that. That is absolutely correct. I gotta read that one more time because that was a great assessment. He said, Locario has learned that women should think he is awesome and sexy because he thinks he's sexy and awesome. And any woman that doesn't recognize that in 3 seconds, he would rather not communicate to them and go scan the room to see if there is other women that sees his awesomeness. He is absolutely correct. Now, let me explain to you why. See, this is what you guys don't understand about game. See, the way that you relate to women and how you deal with women is in direct correlation to how you see and view yourself. So the reason why a lot of these guys chase women, the reason why a lot of these guys try hard to get with women, the reason why a lot of these guys, run around and simp and do all this other stuff to attract women is because they think the treatment the woman is giving them is a direct reflection of how they view themselves. So if the woman is giving them a hard time, they're like, yeah, that makes sense because she doesn't know me. I got to build rapport. I got to get her comfortable with me. Why? Because they don't think they're awesome enough for the woman to want to fuck with them now. They don't think they're awesome enough for the woman to recognize that he's the shit right now. They don't think they're sexy enough, cool enough, charismatic enough for the woman to want to fuck with them at that immediate moment, right? So they think, man, why would she want me this fast? This is why guys say stupid shit like, man, if a girl had sex with me quick, I would think she's a hoe. And I don't know if, she might be doing that to all these other guys and blah, blah, blah. The reason why guys think that is because they never think the opposite. They don't think, damn, you know what? This chick wants to fuck me because I'm the shit. This chick wants to fuck me now because I'm so sexually attractive. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is that a lot of these guys, they don't think that they're attractive. They don't think that they're that dude. And that's why they deal with the bullshit when it comes to dealing with women. That's why they're cool with women, giving them the shit test and the resistance because they think they deserve it. You understand what I'm saying? And then what happens is that they come up with this idea that, well, she's a high quality woman because she's making me wait. She's a high quality woman because she's making this difficult. Only whores and sluts are going to just want to fuck you now. You understand? And watch what he says as we continue the thing, right? So he continues to say, also, if a woman thinks he's potentially awesome and sexy, but wants a little convo to get some information about him, he declines and walks away because he only wants the situation to work in his favor, which is a low self-esteem or less attractive woman without a thinking brain that just wants to smash ASAP in the bathroom without knowing your name or if you live in the city. Okay, let me hit him with the joint right there. Let him hit him with the joint right there. Now, This is the part where dudes be fucking up at, right? Let me bring this back up again, right? So let's break this down. He said, if a woman thinks he's potentially awesome and sexy, but wants a little convo to get some information out of him, he declines and walks away because he only wants this situation to work in his favor. Right now, check this out. A woman, right? And this is the part that you guys don't understand. A woman does not need information about who you are in order to determine whether or not she wants to have sex with you. You understand? All a woman needs to know is she sexually attracted to you? That is it. Okay, check out what he said at the bottom. Let's go back to what he said at the bottom, right? So in the parentheses, he says, which is a low self-esteem or less attractive woman. And that's what a lot of these guys think. They think that the more attractive she is, the harder it's going to be. The less attractive she is, this is the only girls that's going to fuck you quickly because they're less attractive and they have no choice, right? This is the stupidness that these guys say. Now, what I want you guys to pay attention to is this, right? He says, so, which is a low self-esteem and less attractive women without a thinking brain. So he's saying she's stupid because she wants to fuck. That just want to smash ASAP in the bathroom. Now, look at this part right here. That wants to smash ASAP in the bathroom without knowing your name or if you live in the city. I'm gonna say it again. That wants to smash ASAP in the bathroom. Remember, a woman without a thinking brain that just wants to smash ASAP in the bathroom without knowing your name or if you live in the city. Now, let me ask you guys a stupid fucking question. What does the information about my name or if I live in the city have to do with her being sexually attracted to me? Think about this. I tell her my name. I tell her I live in the city. Does that make her sexually attracted to me? Was she like, listen, I'm not sexually attracted to this guy. Then I say, hey, miss, my name's Locario. I'm from Brooklyn. And she's like, oh, at first, kind sir, I was not sexually attracted to you, but as soon as you presented your name and told me you was from the city of Brooklyn, now my panties has just gotten wet. What the fuck are we talking about? So the woman needs to know my name and what city I'm from, and then that's gonna make her want to fuck me now? Without that information, now she needed that information in order to want to fuck me. Are we serious now? Are we serious? See, this is what these guys don't understand. All a woman needs to want to have sex with you is she needs to be in a situation with you where she's experiencing you and she'll say, oh, he could get it. You understand? Now, what makes a woman say he could get it? I don't know. Maybe because she's actually sexually attracted to you based on your look, appearance, and behavior. Maybe she's sexually attracted to you because you're confident. Maybe she's sexually attracted to you because you're bold. Maybe she's sexually attracted to you because your mouthpiece is on point and you're saying something so amazing that it makes her think certain things that makes her want to fuck you. Now, check this out. If I'm having a conversation, an interaction with the woman, right, and I'm talking to her for 2 minutes, we could be talking in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or whatever, and she still knows nothing about who I am. All she knows is the type of guy that I might be. And check this out. She knows the type of guy that I might be because when I speak, when I interact with her, when I'm dealing with her, I remind her of other types of guys that she's attracted to. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to my dude K Zaggin in the building. He said the fact that she doesn't have that information is even more of a sexual turn on. Guys never think that some women actually get off on having sex with a complete stranger. Exactly. But see, you would need to have game to understand what K Zaggin just said. You would need to have had actual experience with women in real life to understand what K Zaggin just said. Now, let's continue with the thing that he said real quick. So now, Let's go back to the parentheses. He says, which is a low self-esteem or less attractive woman without a thinking brain that just wants to smash ASAP in the bathroom without knowing your name or if you live in the city. He said, that's Locario type. Brainless, animalistic, high sex drive women that's down immediately with no convo. You see, and now, let me get you guys to understand this. See, I'm gonna read that last part again. He said, that's Locario's type. Brainless, animalistic, high sex drive women that's down immediately with no convo. And guys, I want you to understand something. When guys talk like this is how they cope because they realize, or they're just under the impression because, you know, they don't really have any game, but it's a combination of them thinking that it's normal for a woman to take her time and take long. And then if they're a little bit more aware, they've realized that they're actually not that guy. So if they realize they're not that guy, they have to cope by saying, well, if a chick has sex with you quickly, she's low standards and he has this high sex drive and she's an animal and she's crazy, right? Because this is why guys actually think that you have to get to know a woman or she has to get to know you before sex happens. Because for the average dude who doesn't have game, you know what he hears all the time? He's trying to make something happen with a woman, and guess what she says? You know, we should get to know each other. He wants to fuck, but you know what she says? We should get to know each other, right? So his reality is when he wants to fuck, what do women say to him? We should get to know each other, right? But see, the guy who's that guy, the woman wants to fuck him now. She's not trying to get to know him. She knows she wants that dick inside her. You understand? But see, when you're not that guy, you don't have those experiences. So you think a woman has to get to know you. Okay, so check this out. Guys, have you ever heard, I don't know if you ever heard about this. This might be the first time you guys are hearing this type of shit. Have you guys ever heard of something called a one-night stand? You ever heard of that? What is a woman getting to know about you to want to fuck you in the first night she meets you? Randomly. You're randomly at a bar, you meet a girl, you talk to her, you end up fucking. What is she really getting to know? Right? And what is the information that she needs to get to know to make the decision to have sex? Does she need to get to know where I grew up at? Does that correlate or relate to fucking? Does she need to get to know how many brothers and sisters I have? Does she need to get to know my favorite color? Does she need to get to know, if my mom and dad are still together? Does she need to get to know any of these things? She don't need to get to know shit. But shout out to my dude K-Zaggin in the building.
What's going on, man?
What's going on? What's popping, bro?
Okay, chillin'. Hey, I just want to make sure this payment gets the miles real quick. Just give me a second, fam. I want to make sure I get the miles.
No, you good.
All right, because I don't come and just mooch off the game and shit. You know what I'm saying? I pay my dues like everybody else.
Yes,
all right, so no, real quick, man. I was just because you was talking about guys talking about a woman got to get to know you, and you've been saying this for years. Long before I even started doing content. You know what I'm saying? When I used to, the shit that you and Steve used to do. What these guys don't understand is that the good girl and the bad girl, she's the same girl.
Exactly.
She's the guys. It's kind of like me and Steve, we did a live joint yesterday, and there was some chick saying, "Oh, some of those women are whores," and I don't like when women separate themselves from the other whores.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, get over there, get in the group with them. Stop acting like you different. You ain't special. Get over there with them, and that's not the. And I'm not trying to denigrate women at all. I just some people try to act like they ain't participating in the same shit that they talk about.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of disingenuous commentary going around where people are trying to act like they're holier than thou and they're clutching their fucking pearls and shit.
Right.
And my thing is, bitch, you suck dick too. Right? You've had one night stands and casual sex encounters too. Shut up. Okay? Yeah, you might not live your life publicly like her, like where everybody knows her business. Don't nobody know who you are, so you can hide your shit. But you do the same shit, right? So, and I just want guys to understand that the myth of this mythical good girl and all of that, and she's never, swallow nut a day in her life. She gets squeamish at the sight of a dick. Like, that's. I'm only supposed to do that when we have babies together. I'm not supposed to enjoy it.
Right.
Like, that's what they act like. They act like women are just dog. Dudes want a beautiful woman with a nice body who ain't fucking.
Right, exactly.
Where to do that at?
Right. It's crazy. And it's funny that, a lot of these dudes, and again, and also too, what kills me is they keep having this idea that the more attractive they think the woman is, the more difficult it is to sleep with her, and the higher quality she is because of that. And therefore, if you're saying, well, I'm able to hook up with women quick, oh, well, they must be low quality and ugly and 2s and 3s and 4s. And that's why you're able to get that. Because, the hot chicks that's not going to happen. Like, they really believe this shit. And what's stupid? It's like, that's like saying if you talk to a guy who they would consider mythically the good-looking Chad, like on the internet. Let's say he's 6 foot, he's in shape. You trying to tell me that guy, because he looks this way, his sex drive or the way he wants to have sex is going to be different than a guy who's 5'9"? You see what I'm saying? Like, just because he looks a certain way, his sex drive is different. That don't make no fucking sense.
Well, you know what I want to know? I want to know, where is there a study where they hooked up an ugly bitch and a pretty bitch, where they hooked up their brain and they studied the fucking waves in their brains to figure out what they're thinking about and how they're thinking. Like, pretty bitches think this way. Average women think this way. Where's that study at? Because we both know there are women that most people would consider attractive, but those women are insecure.
Exactly.
Just like there are women who we looking at this bitch like, wow, this ugly bitch so goddamn confident.
Exactly.
Right? And you can't tell that ugly bitch she ain't pretty. She thinks she's pretty. You know what I'm saying? You got Cardi B calling her a dime. Calling herself a dime. And I'm like, nigga, where?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But in her mind, you can't tell her nothing though. So at what point can we differentiate the women who don't think they're pretty, but they are, versus the women who nobody think they're cute, but they think they're cute.
Exactly.
So this notion that pretty women think and act in one accord and every other woman thinks and acts differently, where they get this information from?
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna let you get back to the show, man. I'm enjoying the show and shit.
Yes, sir. I'm out at you, man. Appreciate the call, fam. Yes, sir. But that's the thing. Unfortunately, you have a lot of guys out there, because they don't have real world experience dealing with women. This is how they think. This is how they think. They're like, oh, well, it's impossible. See, in their mind, because they want the hot girl, or they've been trying to get the hot girl, they've been fantasizing about the hot girl at their school, at the gym. They've been getting rejected by the hot girl. Their reality is hot women are so difficult to get. So therefore, Mr. Locario, if you're talking about fucking girls quickly or dealing with women who off the rip are into you, they gotta be ugly. What are you talking about? They gotta be like hideous trolls, Locario. What are you talking about? Because hot women don't want to fuck that quickly. You know why I know, Locario? Because every hot girl that I talk to, she said that I got to get to know her. She said that we got to go on 2 or 3 dates. She said that we got to do this and this and that before anything can happen. And you're absolutely right. She said that to you. So your reality is that it's impossible to be able to interact with a woman you think is attractive and get cooperation. You understand? See, understand, you are the common denominator. You are the problem. You're the problem. So then what happens is that you take your limited brain and you think that your reality is other guys' reality. See, your reality is similar to the other losers. See, the winner's reality are the guys who actually get what they want. It's the guys that women cooperate off rip. Like, this is what I don't actually understand. And it's so funny to me that you guys haven't gotten this. Do you guys see how fucking cocky I am? Do you guys see how fucking conceited I am? Do you see how arrogant I am? You think when I deal with women, they can't feel that energy?
right? You motherfuckers look at me like, Locario, you ain't even all that, bro. You ain't even 6 feet. You're just touching it. You're 5'11". You're not a Chad or a Tyrone. Locario, how the fuck do you feel this way about yourself? Locario, I don't understand because I'm just a regular guy and I think you're a regular guy like me. No, nigga, we're not the same. I love myself. You understand what I'm saying? And because I love myself, I only deal with women who love me like I love myself. So of course I'm gonna dismiss a woman if she ain't giving me cooperation from the fucking jump, you motherfucker. Are you insane? Y'all motherfuckers out here, nigga. Y'all motherfuckers out here. Well, I gotta demonstrate high value. And I gotta pass her shit test, and I gotta get her comfortable, and I gotta build rapport, and I gotta do, nigga, are you insane? Guys, listen, I told you guys, I used to model back in the day and get paid, which means I was around professional models. So guess who I was fucking? Professional models. You understand? I used to work in the TV industry. I did several reality shows. I was around all these industry chicks. I was around all the fucking plastic boobs and butts that you motherfuckers crave. All that BBL goofy shit, the fake lips, all that stupid fucking shit. I was already around that. You understand? All the women that you think ain't fucking are fucking. This is what y'all don't get. This is what y'all don't get. So when you guys don't understand this shit, y'all don't understand how attraction works. Because what you guys don't get is that a lot of the pickup artists, right? And even some of the red pill guys, you ever hear them talking about masculine frame, right? All that really means is that you are interacting with a woman and she's basically going with your program, right? So when I talk to a woman, what happens is she recognizes a man. This is what you guys don't understand. But because I always say this with the pickup artists, they're like, but Locario, she doesn't even know you. So don't you have to build rapport and demonstrate high value? I'm like, nigga, she don't need to get to know me. You understand? What she knows is that when I step up, she recognizes a man. Recognize, to know again. She already knows that she's attracted to men. Do you understand? So her thing is, am I gonna choose this man or not? Do I see this guy? Do I recognize him as a man? If I do recognize him as a man, am I going to choose to get with the program or not? See, you guys think that y'all have control over a woman's choice. No. See, when y'all talk about choosing signals, the real choosing signal is the woman, she has to choose you based on knowing that you're that man. It's that simple. But let's continue. Let's go to 442. What's going on? Who's this?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Yo, Locario, my name is Jack. I'm from London. I'm a new student of the game, and I got a few questions for you. I literally just come across your content.
I did. Well,
I'm trying to get back.
Hold on. Did you donate though? That's the question.
Yeah, I'm donating now because it didn't let me. Because I'm from London, so I'm just doing it on PayPal.
Okay, cool.
Let me know. Yeah.
So what's your question?
Good?
What's your question?
Yeah. So my question is, so I'm 20 years old. I'm literally I'd say I'm new with women. And my thing is I've had two different experiences. One experience I've had is where I've been with women who are very highly interested with me. Now the issue that I have is that those women I would say aren't really like my type. And the ones that I find a lot more attractive often are more harder to get. So my question to you is, how do you deal with those women that are a bit less, I would say maybe they're a bit less interested in you at the start, but you prefer those women rather than the ones who are over you, but they're not really your, you don't get as much pleasure out of it.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you got to understand that that's because of you. So basically what it is the ones that you don't want, you don't put on a pedestal. The ones that you do want, you do put on a pedestal. So basically, what you got to understand is this: in any dynamic, right? Somebody is, chasing the other. You understand? So with the women you don't like or you're not that into, they're chasing you because you're leaning away from them because you're not into them like that. So you act different. You're more cool, calm, collected. You just chill. You're like, whatever it is, right? Now, when you see the woman you actually are attracted to, you're chasing them. You're leaning more into them and they're pulling away from you. You understand what I'm saying? So what happens is that the one who is the more attractive, I should say, right? Or the one that is like attracting is going to attract the one who wants them. So because you don't really want the other girl, you're just like whatever, and you give off that whatever energy. So basically this is what needs to happen. And this is why we tell you guys that the game is not about women, because the fact that you are not getting the women that you want is because you're making the game about women. Because let me ask you this, what's so different about the woman that you want versus the woman you don't want?
It's very like, so essentially I'm like 20 years old, so I'm quite young, I'd say. So the type of women that I do like it's quite specific. I like blonde type of women who are a bit less experienced. So I've had different experiences with women, but the ones I prefer, the ones who have had somewhat like less experience in terms of like they're usually like 18, 17 type of things. Like I'm quite young.
But what's less,
I end up.
Wait, what's less experience? So you say you want to grow with less experience? What does that mean?
Like in the sense of she's not, I would say less experienced in the way she hasn't had that many partners before and so forth.
Well, why? Why is that important?
I would say my issue that I'm having is, what do I want? Like, okay, cool. Those girls that have less experience, those are the girls that I would prefer to, be with more like all the time. Whereas the ones that, have got loads of experience, I kind of just want a one-time thing. I never really do anything again.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. You're still not telling me why. Why do the ones with less experience you want to do something more with, and the ones who have more, you want to do something, less with? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, what's the reason?
Yeah, I think it comes from a place of like myself as well, like being somewhat inexperienced as well myself. I think I gravitate towards the ones who are less experienced. It's almost like, when I've had women who are more experienced, it's almost like I've kind of fucked up because I haven't had tons of experience with women. So the ones that are a bit more experienced, although I'm trying to lead and I'm trying to be a bit more of a leader, it almost comes through when we get to that point, if you get what I'm saying.
So you say you're 20, right?
Yeah, no, I'm just turned 20.
Right. So you
my
said,
thing is that
hold on. Yeah. You said, they saying in the chat, you said you wanted 17-year-old girls. What do you want 17-year-old girls for? Isn't that underage?
No, like 18. Okay,
like 18. Let's correct that. Okay, cool. So now,
yeah. Pause.
Right. So this is what I'm saying. This is why you're having trouble, because your mindset, right, is that the woman who have less experience is going to be easier for you, right?
Yeah.
Right. And the reason why you think it's going to be easier for you is because you feel like you don't have enough experience to be able to handle women in general. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
and by the way, in the UK is 16 and above. That's why there's nothing mad in it. That's why.
Well,
just pause that. I'm not trying to.
Let's just keep it to 18 to be safe. But this is the thing.
Yeah.
This is the thing. The fact that you feel, right, that it'll be easier to deal with women with less experience is coming from the fact that you're insecure about your experience, right?
Yeah.
Right. So now, so this is what I'm saying. So now, because you're insecure about your experience, that's the thing that's going to make it harder for you to attract the women you actually want. So for example, you ever went to the doctor?
Yeah.
Right. Now, do you trust the doctor? Like, you go to the doctor, say, hey, I'm sick, I feel this. You tell them what it is and they help you out, right?
Yeah.
Right. Now, if you was feeling sick and some dude just, in an alleyway came up to you and said, hey, you look sick, I could help you out. I know some shit like how doctors know. Would you fuck with him?
No.
Right. Because you don't trust that this motherfucker knows what he's doing, because you don't recognize him as a doctor. Yes. He's just a random dude.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. The doctors you recognize as a doctor, they got the doctor's coat. You could see the fucking plaque on their wall and went to school, all this other shit, right? They're in a situation. They know what they're fucking talking about. So when you talk to women, a lot of times what will happen is that they can tell that you don't know what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? So because you don't know what you're doing, why would they want to get with you when they can get with another guy who knows what they're doing? So why would they want to get with this random guy when they can get with the doctor when they're sick? You see what I'm saying? You're like the random guy. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. That's why you're having trouble.
Sorry, in order to game up then, in terms of gaming up, like, I find that with older women I've dealt with, it's weirder because the older women somewhat follow my lead a bit more. Whereas like I find like the ones like I said that are 19, like my age, they less follow my lead, if you get what I mean. And I don't know why there's that difference between that.
Well, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Everything you're saying now doesn't matter because you have to fix your mindset first. That's why I was asking you, like, why do you want the girl who has less experience versus the one who might have more experience? And then on top of that, let me ask you a question. How do you know if a girl has less or more experience?
Yeah, you can only assume.
Exactly. So
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So you're making an assessment on something you can't even, like quantify. You see what I'm saying? You see how that's not going to help you? But again, that's where your mindset is, which is going to cause you to not be able to attract the women.
Yeah, I find it's like the one, like you said, with the mindset, the ones that are like my type, I probably subconsciously put them on a pedestal compared to experiences that I've had with girls who like, I found them attractive, but they're not like, that type that I want. And then with those ones, they won't follow my lead as much as the others, but then I'll kind of like continue through it, if you know what I mean. And is that like just a bad thing to do? Like at the point where she just shows any sort of resistance, in the sense of if I'm like, all right, cool, we're gonna meet here, we're doing this, and she's almost like, why? Like, or all of these things. Do you think it's a thing of you just have to cut that off and then gravitate towards the ones that actually feel you rather than trying to come up with this,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to, because this is the thing. All of it is connected. So every time you continue to deal with a woman who gives you resistance, you are taking away part of what makes you attractive. You understand what I'm saying? So think about it like this. Like, let's say you're at 100%, right? And in order to stay at 100%, you got to keep everything how it is, which means keep how you are, right? That means that goes with your mindset and everything you're doing, how you do shit. Right now, you got to stay at 100%. Yeah. Now, the girl meets you and you say, I need you to do A, B, and C, right? And then she says, well, I don't want to do that. And then you say, all right, fuck it, right? And then you do what she wants to do.
Yeah.
Now, you were at 100%. Now you're at 98%. You see what I'm saying? Because she took 2%.
And then you say they rub off on that as well. I don't know. Am I allowed to speak about two different stories with an example and get your opinion on them?
Yeah, go ahead, real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah. So real quick. Okay. I've had two experiences in the last, since I've actually been trying again with women, two experiences. So the first experience, I was in the spa at my local gym. Yeah. Now I was there and I was literally going to the sauna, see a woman. She's looking at me. I was looking at her. So I just, start a conversation, whatever. Now within 5 minutes, we ended up going into I just took her into this room and we just started having sex. It was just mad. Now she was 26.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying, wait. Are you saying that you met a woman who didn't get to know you and y'all started having sex?
Yeah, it was mad. I didn't say anything about me.
That's impossible because according to the internet, a woman has to get to know you first in order for sex to happen, right?
Yeah, that's why I've been opened up to two sides, and it's I'm seeing that side where it's you don't even speak. I didn't even tell her. I don't think I told her my name. She was just on to me, and then at that point we went off, done the thing, and then I had that experience. So that in my head was hold up a second. I haven't even got to arrange a date. I haven't. Well, obviously after you do whatever, but I didn't have to spend an hour talking to her. I could just get it down because she was highly attracted to me. She even made a comment that oh, I've seen you here before. And I thought you were whatever. So I had that. Then the second experience was when I was on holiday. Now I met a girl in the gym. She was again, this is the issue. She's my type, blonde, whatever. My type, the type of girl. She was 19. Obviously, I'm 20. And I spoke to her and I said, all right, let's go get a drink. So we went out to get drinks. 2 hours later, she came back. She was like, oh, I really like your style. I was like, thank you. And then she was like, oh, I really like your style. I was like, thank you. And then she was like, oh, I really like your style. I was like, thank you. And then she was like, oh, I really like your style. I was like, thank you. And then she was like, oh, I really like your style. I was like, thank you. And then she was like, oh, I really like your style. I was like, thank you. And then she was like, oh, I really like your style. I was like, thank you. And then she was like, oh, I really like your style. I was like, thank you. And then she was like, oh, I really like your style. I was like, thank you. And then she was like, oh, I really like your style. I was like, thank you. And then she was like, oh, I really like your style. I was like, thank you. And then she was like, oh, I really like your style. I was like, thank you. And then she was like, oh, I really like your style. I was like, thank you. And then she was like, oh, I really like your style. I was like, thank you. Now, when I messaged her, there was no resistance, whatever. But what happened on the date was essentially like we were feeling each other, and I tried like obviously kiss whatever, but she did the comment, which I kind of heard you say before, which is I need to get to know you more. Now, at this point, this is my question to you. At this point, I kind of said like, oh, I'm kind of gonna go now. But then like she was almost just like, oh, like no, I kind of stay. And I think because again she was my type, I stayed. And then we ended up obviously kissing, but then when we went back to mine, nothing happened. She kind of like, we got kind of on the bed, and then she was just like,
see, and this is what I'm saying. So in those situations, this is what you do. If that ever happens again, right? You're in a situation, right? What you do is that, because you said you was what, trying to go for the kiss, and then she didn't want to kiss you or something like that at first?
Yeah, at that point in time, yeah, even though we kind of built it up, but also,
So this is what you do. You say, hey, listen, I'm gonna head out, but you have my number, you know, man, we can make sure she has your number. So you have my number.
Yeah.
When you're ready to continue this, when you're ready to kiss me, call me. And then you withdraw your attention. And then you never speak to that woman again unless she hits you up to actually continue where you left off. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the only thing you do besides charge it to the game. So if you're not going to charge it to the game completely, the only thing you do is let her know, hey, listen, you have my information. Hit me up when you're ready to make this happen. So whenever that type of stuff happens, you need to stop engaging immediately. You see what I'm saying?
And just accept that, even though she, like this girl is my type, I've got to essentially hold my own value and be like,
this is the thing. You see, this is the problem. This is the problem. You see, you keep saying she's your type.
Yeah.
Right. The problem with saying she's your type means that you are disrespecting yourself. Do you know why? Because you're basically saying a woman who is not highly interested in me is my type. That's what you're saying. The type of women I like are the women who don't really like me. That's what you're saying. You see what I'm saying? So if I told you, if I said to you, hey, I know this girl and she keeps getting her ass beat by her boyfriend, what would you tell me to tell her?
To walk away.
Right, but what if she says that's her type though? She really likes him. She's in love with him. That's her type. You would think she's crazy, correct?
Yeah.
Exactly. Because she thinks so low of herself that she thinks it's okay for this to continue. She's still there. She doesn't have enough respect for herself to walk away and not be in that situation. And that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand, is that you guys need to respect yourself so that when you're dealing with women and they don't show you the same level of respect you have for yourself, you don't fuck with them like that. Does that make sense? So you have to, and this is what I'm saying, if you're in that situation and you tell the girl, hey, listen, I'm gonna head out, you know, you got my number. When you're ready to get on my program, hit me up. That's you teaching her how to treat you if she decides to come back. So what you're essentially saying is that I will not do what you're trying to do. If you want to be here with me, you have to be on my program. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. So when you keep saying women are your type, right, and they're giving you resistance, you are also saying that I am not shit. You're saying that you are not shit. Because what you're essentially saying is that it's okay for women to treat me this way because I am not good enough to have better treatment. Do you see what I mean? And that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand.
You opened up my eyes. Like I said, I'm very new to this, hence why I called. I like your stuff, and I think you give good solutions. You know, I've actually got a date with a girl on the weekend. Again, this is where I need to be more on it. Like again, I'm not gonna say she's my type, but it is. Listen, and again with this one, she's already showing resistance on text. Like I said,
don't even say women are your type. Your game is not tight enough for you to even have a type yet. You understand?
Okay, fuck it. She's just sexy like them.
This is what you gotta start saying. Start saying, if you want to say anything is your type, say I'm my type. Say you are your own type. That's who your type is. You. And if she's not reflecting that, then she's not your type. You understand what I'm saying? It's really that simple.
Yeah, that's facts. Locario, man, you got I'm gonna be on these calls a lot more because, like I said, I'm stepping back into this. You know, I want to make sure like still young. That's not that that's an excuse, but obviously, you know, I don't want to get finessed out here. So, you know.
All right, brother. Well, I appreciate the call, fam.
Yeah.
I'm gonna holler at you, man. I'm holler. Peace. All right, so guys, call up. We got another maybe 20 minutes left. If you guys want to call up, now is the time. If you guys have a question, put a Q in the chat. Exactly. KZak said, how can a woman who is not dealing with you strictly on your terms be your type? It's like these guys have no self-respect. That's what I'm saying. This is why we tell y'all guys there's levels to this fucking game. See, a lot of motherfuckers are very surface level with their shit. So you never get to the depths of this type of shit. A lot of guys, oh, she's my type because she looked like what? Well, the girls who are my type, the ones who look this way. And again, when you guys are young, so I understand you guys are young, so you're still in that mindset. And luckily that you guys have this game to get you guys to understand it, because it's the shit that I'm telling you guys. It took me longer to understand this shit. You see what I mean? You see what I'm saying? So we're giving it to you guys right now. And what we're telling you is that you have to put yourself above everything. Because when you put yourself above everything, right, that's when you're going to actually get women who are your type. You understand? Listen, guys, it's damn near impossible for you to get women who are your type until you actually recognize your value. Because all you're going to be doing is chasing women who give you resistance. And that's what a lot of the pickup artists do. That's why the whole concept of shit test is ridiculous. Oh, you got to pass her shit test, bro. Nigga, you just chasing a woman who's giving you resistance. Let's stop the bullshit. You're chasing her because you don't got no self-respect. You don't love yourself. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. You understand? Shit is crazy. But let's see what some of these questions that you said. Would you say that you have more game than average guy if you have higher standards to the so-called baddies compared to the average guy who has less standards if she's a baddie? Well, yeah, that's the thing. See, these guys think that getting a baddie means they have game. No, it doesn't. See, what happens is that you have game when you are able to get what you want on your terms. So as soon as you chase a woman, it's not on your terms. As soon as you're passing her shit test, not on your terms. As soon as you gotta fucking pay a whole bunch of money, right? And you just want to smash that bad chick, not on your terms. Soon as she says, oh, we got to get to know each other more, and then you continue to deal with her, that's not on your terms. You see what I'm saying? So anything that's happening after that fact, which is not on your terms, that means your game is weak. You understand what I'm saying? Because what you're doing is that you're sacrificing yourself for pussy. See, guys, you gotta understand something. See, what a lot of these guys think is they think that, you know, pussy is special. And it's not. Let's go to 346. 346, probably who this?
Chilling. This is Jay, Texas, calling in, send 10 tomorrow. So y'all go ahead and enjoy that, man.
So what's going on?
Chilling, man. Yo, Locario, I don't know if you be clickbaiting or if you create these titles just to spark conversation, but I'm just interested, man. I didn't watch from the start.
Wait, what's clickbaity?
No, I said I don't know if you create titles for clickbait for people to spark a conversation.
So that's what I'm saying. So you're implying the title's click. So that's what I'm saying. What's clickbaity about the title?
Let me read this shit again. Oh, okay. So pretty much, women don't need to know you for sex.
Right.
That's very subjective and also can start a conversation. But I don't want to go into the game of YouTube with titles. I don't want to get into all that. But I said it jokingly. I don't know if it is or isn't. I'm not claiming that you do it, but I understand there is a game of doing titles for shit like that. I understand that part.
No, but this is the thing. Even with that, the reason why it sounds clickbaity is because when people don't understand the game, it's going to sound clickbaity. Like, what do you mean a woman doesn't have to get to know you? That doesn't make any sense. You got to build rapport and you got to get her comfortable with you, bro. What are you talking about? This is some bullshit. That's why it sounds clickbaity. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I could understand that as well, but that's like saying I don't. That's like saying as a company, I don't have to market or advertise. People should just walk up and buy my product without me even let them know I exist.
When did I say you don't
right?
have to, when did I say you don't have to market and advertise?
No, I'm saying that in comparison. Same with women. Of course, bro. There are women who I smashed who didn't know my name. I'm pretty sure there's girls you smashed who didn't even know that you was from Brooklyn. What I'm also saying at the same time, there are situations where if you did tell a girl your age and your name, some information, you can still smash the girl.
Yeah,
I just feel like
what I'm saying is what I'm saying
go ahead, bro.
But what I'm saying is, what does that have to do with her wanting to smash? You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that's like if you were hungry, right? And I told you my favorite color is blue. What does that have to do with you wanting to go get a sandwich?
If you told me that you're hungry.
No, you're hungry, right?
I'm hungry.
Right, you're hungry. You're thinking about sandwiches, hamburgers, French fries, whatever it is like that, right? And we're having a conversation, right? And I tell you my favorite color is blue. How does that make you want to go and get some food with me more?
Well, if you're talking about blue, I'm like, okay, I didn't ask you about no fucking colors, but I'm still hungry. Do you got the food? We can still get back on track, though. We can still get back on track, though.
So wouldn't me talking about the favorite color being blue be irrelevant to the fact that you're hungry?
It could be, yeah. It could be, yeah.
So isn't me telling a woman what city I'm from irrelevant to her wanting to fuck me if she's horny?
If the girl wants to fuck you and she stated that, hey, I want to fuck you, I don't think it's important to even talk about nothing necessarily, unless you just want to get a little intel.
Okay,
there are situations.
So then what are you talking about? We're talking about the same thing. So what are you talking about?
No, I'm saying, Locario, there are situations, and I compare this to business. There are people who will just buy your business because their friend bought your business. They don't need to know anything. They trust their friend that think that shit is good, and they spot a shit. They don't know you, but they know your friend. What I'm saying with women is, yes, there are some girls who are extremely down to fuck, just ready to fuck. There's also some girls who are ready to fuck, but they want to know, do you live in the city? What I'm saying is, if you have a small conversation, yeah, you can still smash. I'm just saying that.
So if they want to know you live in a city, what does that have to do with them actually wanting to fuck you or not? So you say I don't live in a city. Is that going to make them want to fuck you more or not? If you say you do live in a city, is that going to make them fuck you? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, where's the correlation?
So if is that my phone making that noise? Or
yeah, no. I mean, hold on.
Oh, okay.
770. Who's this? 707, 702. Put yourself on mute. Go ahead. Yeah. Put yourself on mute. 702.
Yeah, I mean, she may think I'm fine as fuck, and the fact that I live in Texas, she from New York, she like, damn, I want to keep fucking this nigga, but I'll still fuck him tonight. I know I probably can't have him how I want him.
Yeah,
same with me.
So that's what I'm saying. She'll
same with me.
You. So what's the difference? That's what I'm saying.
No, what I'm saying is, and this is why I said the whole clickbait as far as subjective, because there are girls who are down to fuck. They don't care about knowing nothing. Then there's girls who also want to know, all right, yo, where you from? How old are you? You know what I'm saying? Like little shit like that. I'm not saying, hey, what did you study in school? Hey, where's your dad from? Nah, I ain't saying no shit like that. But a woman can still want to fuck and be down to fuck, and she'll still ask you a question. Now, if you're leading, that's okay, but she still will ask questions. She still want to follow up with what's going on.
Nobody's saying that she won't or will ask questions. What I'm saying is that from the guy, because remember, because what happens is that guys think that they need a woman to get to know them, right, in order for them to want to have sex. Meaning that if she doesn't get to know me, sex is not going to happen, or it's going to be harder to get sex, or it's going to be a little bit more challenging in certain situations. What I'm saying is that she does not need to get to know you at all. Zero, zilch, nothing.
Yeah, but you also gotta let people know that's if the girl is super, super, super highly, highly, highly down to fuck. you also got to add that caveat, bro. That's all.
Right. So
because if you don't add that caveat into the situation, you're gonna have guys going around thinking like, damn, bro, she wasn't trying to fuck me in 2 seconds. Damn, bro, she wasn't trying to fuck me in 5 seconds. Damn, bro. Nah, bro. Like there are situations. Hold on.
Caller,
there are situations. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. You cut me off. Go ahead, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So you want to fuck women who don't want to fuck you?
The topic I was talking about in 2 seconds. So you're asking me, do I not want to fuck women who don't want to fuck me in 2 seconds? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Do I, at this age in my life, do I only want to fuck girls who want to fuck me in 3 seconds? Not necessarily. No, not really. No.
So you would want it. So you're saying you would want to fuck a girl who has to sleep on it and think about it later?
No, I rather fuck girls who I had a conversation with where I got her name, I got her age, and what brought you out tonight. And then we can vibe off of that.
Okay,
I don't need to know what car she drove. I don't need to know how much she paid for her dress. I'd rather get some information about her to have my mental roll in a certain way so I can lead it a certain way. I don't want a girl walk up on me, tap me on the shoulder, hey, let's go in the bathroom and fuck. And I'm like, oh yeah. Like I'm not easy like that. I'm not easy like that.
Let me ask you a question. So if you're talking to this girl and asking her all these things, right? Does that determine whether or not you want to fuck her? So if you ask her a question about, where city she from, if she say she from a different city than you, that's going to make you not want to fuck her now?
No. That doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. So
it gives me, it just gives me information on the girl. Okay, right, she's not from the city. Okay, she came. Okay, she's married. Like it gives me information to how I need to know how I'm gonna categorize the situation.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. What does the information do for you in the context of fucking? That's what I'm trying to say. So check this out. Like, so you know what would make more sense if you said to the girl, "Hey, do you have any STDs?" I would be like, yeah, that's a good conversation to have. Why? Because that directly correlates to fucking. You feel what I'm saying? Another conversation. Hey, do you like to deep throat? Right? That's a great conversation to have because that correlates to the fucking. But asking her what city she's from or her favorite color has nothing to do with the fucking. That's what I'm saying.
Right. And so I think what we're kind of like bumping heads is your main subject in your mind is sex. So everything you talk about is dick size, how wet your pussy is, your titties. Like I'm not really, my conversation isn't really how far is your throat? Do you squirt? Can I grab that ass from the back? Can I choke you? Like those not my talking points when I'm meeting a girl off the jump.
Caller,
I think that's where we're bumping heads at right there.
Right, because what I'm saying is that if you're just trying to have sex with a woman that night, everything that you're asking her outside of sex is irrelevant. Now, if you said, hey, I'm asking her these questions because I might be interested in her being like a woman in my life on a consistent basis, I'm looking for a kind of like a girlfriend situation, then maybe that makes a little bit more sense. But if you're like, we just fucking tonight, I'm probably never gonna see you again. Why do I give a fuck about where she's from and her favorite color and if she got brothers and sisters and like, what does that have to do with it?
Yeah. Okay, so if the context is I'm trying to fuck tonight, and if I'm approaching like if my mentality is, you know what, it's Thursday, it's my last night in New York, I want to get some pussy real quick, so I go out. So yes, I'm out talking to girls. And if a girl is like, yo, you're not from the city, I can tell, like, nah, I'm not from the city. This is my last night. And shit, by the way, hey, let's leave this spot and go back to my spot. And I'm gonna see what she say to that. Now, if she's on some bullshit, then yeah. But I think the part where I was kind of getting confused or the button heads was if the context is strictly I'm trying to clap some cheeks, I don't need to know her name, I don't care about her age. If that's what it is, then okay. But the thing about it is the woman has to be sexually interested in you enough to not know nothing about you and just want to go back to some random nigga's guy hotel that night.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. That's the only thing. That's literally the only thing in every situation of a woman actually wanting to fuck you. That's the only thing she needs to know.
A lot of you guys think that there's a difference because y'all fool yourselves into thinking taking this long road to nowhere and then finally getting some pussy meant something. It doesn't mean anything, except for that she wasn't highly sexually attracted to you in the first place. That's all I'm saying. You see what I mean?
So when you're running around bumping the women and showing interest and they're not interested, you just pretty much walk away and go talk to other girls, show some interest, see if she's sexually into it. And if she's not into it, you're just pretty much running around, pretty much, it's kind of like knocking on doors. You're pretty much knocking on doors, letting these people know who you are, what the opportunity is. And if they're not interested, you go to the next girl. So you're not really asking them nothing too much about them. It's more so, hey, my name is such and such. What's your name? Okay, cool. The reason why I pulled you over and talked to you because I find you very attractive. You caught my eye, and you look like my type to have sex with. Are you down with that shit? That's pretty much the vibe.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, and that's real. That's real.
That's it.
and so your argument is why waste time? Why waste time, quote unquote, getting to know a woman?
Yeah, because it's irrelevant, or her getting to know you. What I'm trying to tell you is she doesn't need it. She don't even want to get to know you. This is what y'all don't understand. When a woman wants to fuck, she don't give a fuck about your favorite color and what city you from, and she don't give a shit
but
about
Locario, but Locario, you're also saying something important. When she wants to fuck, if a woman has already decided that she wants to fuck and she's kind of like grabbing at your belt buckle, she's like looking at you, trying to kiss on you, then, oh, damn, you know what I'm saying? She kind of already coming a certain way. All these bitches ain't walking around this earth high interest like that.
Right.
And I know you're going to say, well, for the certain guy she is, but I'm talking about for the individual person. The everyday walking nigga is not stepping outside his house. And I'm talking about you included. I'm talking about you included, Locario. Everybody that walk outside their house is not going outside having women that have this high interest trying to smash. That's not the case, bro.
Caller, so why in the fuck would you want to have sex with a woman who doesn't want to have sex with you that bad? That's all I'm saying. What does that say about you where you're like, I'm willing to deal with a woman who is not showing me the value that I see in myself? What is that saying about you?
You know what it says, bro? This is what it says, and this is what I get from the situation when I hear your shows. There are women who are down to fuck, and there's women who also need a little information. Now,
I swear, y'all really don't get this shit. Y'all really don't get this.
Locario,
the only listen. The only information she would need to know.
You would be a millionaire if you found out a way to have everybody buy your product without you doing no advertisement. You would be rich as fuck. The reason why you're not rich as fuck, and the reason why I'm not rich as fuck, is because I have to say something to the market. This is why you have to say something to the bitches. Now, of course, there are a small percentage of bitches who is down to fuck. There are women who also are not down to fuck, and you got to say something.
Caller,
you have to say something.
Caller, did I say not to say something?
Bro, you talking about a bitch who down to suck your dick and she just know you walked in with a hat and some shoes on.
Right, I said
that's what you're talking about.
Bro, I said, read the title again. A woman doesn't need to get to know you to want sex. I never said nothing about not saying anything. I'm talking about she doesn't need to get to know you. She doesn't need to know who my brother is. She don't need to get to know what I do for work. She doesn't need to get to know my deepest, darkest secrets. She don't need to know my last name. She doesn't need to know what city I'm from. She don't need to know none of that shit. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If a woman has already spotted you out and she wants to fuck you, like if a woman chose you and she already know that nigga is fine as fuck, I want that nigga, I want him, I see him, and you so happen to catch her looking at you and giving that look, and you go over there like, you know what, I already know what time it is, let's bounce. And she do it, yeah, of course. The little girl, the woman, yeah, that's that. Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. If she already wants you and you don't gotta say nothing, that's like a girl walking up on you and start dancing on you.
I'm not talking about caller.
I'm trying to paint the picture, bro. If you're talking about the situation where a woman is into you before you say something, yeah, you don't really gotta get to know her like that or show yourself to her, really.
I appreciate you calling, but I gotta let you go. I have one more call and I gotta hit up out of here in like 5 minutes. But I appreciate the call, fam. I'm a holler, bro. So 702, you're the last call. What's going on with you, man?
Yo, this is Jay from Vegas. Can you hear me?
What up, bro? What's going on? What's poppin' with you, man?
Yo, I had two questions, but I'm paid for one. Let me ask this. Not to keep harping on it, but I'm trying to understand something. So I was just thinking about this. I agree with you. You say that you don't want to fuck with a chick who's not really feeling you because she's not a reflection of how much you value yourself. Makes perfect sense. I agree with that. Now, my thing is this. Wouldn't it make sense, though, if I feel like she has to experience enough of me in order for her to know how sexually attracted she is to me?
No, okay.
Because
Let me ask you a question.
I feel like that's a disconnect.
Right. Okay. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever eaten a cheeseburger?
Yes.
You know how a cheeseburger looks?
Yes.
Right. So if you were to walk and see a restaurant that sells cheeseburgers and you were hungry and wanted a cheeseburger, you just go in and get the cheeseburger. Yes.
Right.
Right. So do you have to get to know the restaurant, figure out the history of the restaurant, talk to the manager, all that other stuff, or do you just go in and say, "Let me get a cheeseburger"?
No, you would just go and get the cheeseburger.
Right, because you recognize what a cheeseburger is. You have experience eating cheeseburgers, and you know you like cheeseburgers. Yes.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the point. So when you're dealing with a woman, she recognizes a man because she's been with men, and she knows how men talk, men act, men think, and how men do things. See, what most guys don't understand is that because they're not men, they're males, which means that they don't have their masculine identity. They come up to women and sound cookie cutter like every other guy. So she recognizes that you are not a man. See, women are recognizing everything. Either you're a man or a male. So what happens is that when she is saying, I got to get to know you more, she has to get to know you because she's like, I don't recognize that you're a fucking man, because if I did, I wouldn't need to get to know you more. So if I came to you with a bag and I said, here's a cheeseburger in it, you're going to be like, well, can you open the bag so I can see? Why? Because you can't recognize it through the bag. You see what I'm saying? So you need to know more to see if it's an actual cheeseburger. So a woman needs to know more to see if you're an actual man. But if you're already a man, she don't need to get to know you because she can see it. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell you. So she doesn't need to get to know you more to see if she's sexually attracted to you. If you're a man, she's sexually attracted to who you are as that man, which is that type, which is what turns her on, which is why she wants to get fucked. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. It's not this like, oh, well, we got to sit there and talk and do all this other extra shit. And it's none of that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, that makes sense. But okay, how? I mean,
you got 2 minutes. I gotta head out because I gotta do this call after this.
I was gonna say, what would you say is well, I guess it doesn't matter because everybody's different. But what would be a reasonable time frame for a woman to recognize or to realize that you're a man? That you stand on what you do, like
immediately.
Is that something that's instantaneous? Basically, is what you're saying.
Okay, let me ask you a question. You ever approached a girl, talked to her, and she was just all smiles, teeth? She was like being very cooperative and very easy to talk to and interact with.
Just today, yep.
Right,
yep.
And then you meet other women who are the opposite of that, right? It seems like it's like you're pulling teeth. They kind of uncooperative and all that other stuff, right?
Just today,
right.
Yep.
Right, exactly. So the first type of girl is the girl who recognized you as a man, which is why she was cooperating. The second one, she either recognized you as a man and didn't give a fuck because she wasn't attracted to you, or if she wasn't trying to go down that route, or she just wasn't attracted to you like that and she didn't recognize you as a man. So all I'm saying is that everything that needs to happen is going to happen. You just have to stand firm in your masculinity, in your masculine identity. Shout out to Miles. You see what I'm saying? That's it. And then you'll be able to attract the women who are going to give you that cooperation. They're going to reflect the value you have. So when a woman is cooperating, she's basically saying, yes, I agree that you are the man that you think you are, because I'm falling in line with that. Yeah. That's it. You feel what I'm saying?
Damn. Okay. That's yep. All right. I got it. All right, man. I ain't gonna give you no pushback on it. I appreciate it, Locario.
All right, brother. Appreciate the call, fam. All right, so guys, listen, I gotta head up out of here. Guys, make sure that you guys go to badboymembership.com, masculineidentitymembership.com, and I will holler at y'all later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm going. I'm out.
Step up your game and go to shoplocario.com. That is the place where you can get my books,
audio and video programs in one place. All you got to do is type in shoplocario.com and step up your game today. Game Kings 2, The Definition of Man, is out right now. Click the link below or go straight to masculineidentity.com to get your copy today. Click the links below to get private one-on-one coaching sessions with Mr. Locario or Miles Cunningham to step up your game. These coaching sessions are designed to help you with your specific needs in the dating game. So make sure you click the links below right now so that you can step up your game today. Now, before you go, click the link below and go to badboymembership.com. Now, badboymembership.com is a place where you go to get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Listen, I know you're tired of being rejected. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of being afraid to approach women. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of not getting the women that you want. Go to badboymembership.com. Listen, I know you're tired of being alone on a Friday night. Go to badboymembership.com. Now picture this. You'll go from not getting what you want when it comes to you dealing with women to actually getting what you want, to being the guy women want to be with, women want to date, women want to have sex with. All you need to do is go to badboymembership.com, follow the steps, learn the game, implement the game, and then you will get the woman you want. Make sure you go to badboymembership.com today. Click the link below. Click the link below or go straight to MrLocario.com to get the documentary Game Kings, The Definition of Game.
Because Locario, in my opinion, it's the best dating coach on YouTube or whatever the fuck. Everything he says, ambulance. Everything he says, I have nothing against him. I have no contradiction. Everything he says, I say, yeah, it's this guy, it's on point, you know.